Hello, my name is Darkmania.edits. I'm a Wheeze editor, small Wheeze editor at that. Probably never even heard of me. I mean, of course you haven't. And as an editor and kind of a gaming YouTuber, I never thought I would make a video like this. I thought I would just be making edits. I was thinking about making this for like a long time. Like whenever I was feeling a bit down and it had to do with like YouTube, I would think about making this, and I guess here I am making it. In this video, I'm going to be explaining why I joined Wheeze, the main reason, how I am now, and will I, continue to make edits, and will I change, and maybe some quotes or whatever. So I'll start off with the editing part. I was introduced to Wheeze editing in 2024 by my best friend, and since then I have, enjoyed making edits, until I stopped in the summer for gaming videos. Yeah, we'll get to that later. I liked editing. I loved it. It was fun. And, I got to, I always, kind of daydreamed of making edits before. And, finally learning to do them was, nice. And, throughout my Wheeze journey, I made more friends and, started getting, things like requests. And, I think a big part in my Wheeze journey started with this short. Weird matchup, I know. It was an open collab with editor Karks. Yeah, I had done a submission of that, putting King DDD up against, Emily from Has Been Hotel. And, it wasn't the short itself, it was the comment from my friend for Texas, an editor for Texas. He added me on Discord. He invited me to the first Wheeze Discord server I had ever been in. And, I was excited, so I socialized with everyone, I got to know them, and I would even ask some of them if they would, like to have a request to be done. And, I did fulfill that, especially with the Omega Studios Discord server. I did that too. It was the server where I made a lot of new friends, and well, I haven't spoken to them in a while. I feel like I should, but I just wouldn't know what to say. It would, especially, I'm not gonna, especially, this one specific guy, I'm just gonna say Lord Commander. I think if he was watching this, he'd know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he was probably one of the best, and definitely one of the weirdest. But he was nice. He was nice, and I did many of his requests, and I didn't complain because it felt good helping people. It especially felt good helping people and socializing, making new friends. And having them respect you, actually respect you, because before joining editing, I had low self-esteem. I felt terrible about myself. I didn't see any of my good qualities, and I didn't think any of them mattered. I felt like someone abnormal, like nothing, just something to be pushed around and toyed with. Like nothing. Then I joined Wheeze. I, started doing requests, making new friends, and, I felt respected and loved. I was making a difference. I would even help some editors sometimes, with their editing. I felt like I was making a difference, I was loved. And then school came, began socializing less, and, I did continue to join more servers, but in some of them I guess I made a bad first impression. I guess I felt like that made me look bad to them forever, and then that kind of hurt. And I after that I continued to join Discord servers, but I just stopped being social in them. I guess that began to feel tiring. I don't know why. I don't know how I could get sick of that. But with that I began editing less when I could. I guess that was because of school, but I definitely could. I had the time to edit on school days. I did. But I also, I guess it was because, school was hard, and I guess I just wanted, me time, not editing time, because, school was hard. It wasn't that hard, I guess, but, there were many times where I would, get really, really anxious in class or at home when I wasn't able to understand a subject, and, when I would feel like time was running out, and that I would fail. And with that, I just began wanting more, me time. Like in the start of the school year, I made edits every weekend, uploaded every Sunday night. That's usually when I would get the edit done. Now I'm just, but then after that, school continued, progressively got harder. I became more anxious, and then I just kind of stopped. For my own time. I did do tons of requests, tons and tons of requests, every weekend. When I came back from my vacation back in a year ago in summer, I had a 9 streak of requests. Until someone asked for a request on my latest edit. Not my latest edit today. Of my latest edit, a long time ago. And I said, I'm sorry, but I have, 6 more requests to do. And, one of my friends in the Omega Discord server said, posted an image of that, and then captioned it, 6? Exclamation mark, question mark. And I said, yeah. And I, talked to Lord Commander about it, and he said, you're overworked, and do what you want to do. And with that, I didn't do requests as much. Because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I felt like that always got blocked by requests. So I became comfortable with not doing requests, and I didn't feel bad anymore. I guess I kind of did feel a little something, a little upset that I wasn't doing them. And with me not doing requests anymore, came me not really asking people if they wanted a request or not. And I don't know why I stopped. It felt good helping people. I feel like I should have done that, and that if I had done that, maybe I wouldn't be feeling this. But I stopped. Became less social in Discord servers, and with my friends at school, there were a lot of racist jokes, and I always acted like they didn't hurt me, and I would always sometimes go along with them, but deep down, they did. I kind of felt ashamed of my own ethnicity because of how frequent they were. And I never said anything because I knew they wouldn't stop. I just thought they would, make fun of me, call me like a pussy or whatever. And then, summer after school came. Barely made any edits. Lost all motivation to make them. I would just do them randomly, like whenever I felt like it. Like whenever I just really felt like it. And I was, I was feeling neutral about myself. Neutral about myself when I wasn't, doing editing. I would, occasionally, like, get reminded of myself. And, feel bad about myself, like who I am. And it wasn't until after summer I began to, recognize my own good qualities and stop, and just like stop taking negativity with like such a big part, like taking it so much, like being so hurt by it, that I just forget about my own good qualities. But, I recognize them now. I recognize them now and I embrace them. And I feel bad about myself a lot less now. And I think my self-esteem has definitely gotten better. And I feel like something. I do. I feel like something now. I feel like someone who should be, treated fairly. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna end this section off with a little quote. Just don't let others define you, and, just don't take negativity to such an extent that you forget about your own good qualities, because then, that'll hurt yourself. Just, like, embrace your own good qualities. And, don't let yourself forget about them. I've learned that. Okay, well now I'm gonna go over why I stopped making edits and, started doing gaming videos. I will make edits again, just so you know. It's because, well, I like making edits. I did. But I also didn't see myself growing up and being an editor. I thought I could, I like the idea of being a gaming YouTuber better because, they're more loved. They're more loved on the internet, and they're always remembered. I'd always dreamed about being a famous YouTuber. That is a common dream. I still sometimes wish I could. I wish I had what it takes. But with my gaming videos, I still will. I still will try. I still will upload them, and I still will try. I'll see if they end up doing good someday. And after that, after a while, I realized that I don't want to be a gaming YouTuber when I grow up, and I don't want to be an editor when I grow up. I want to direct films. That may sound silly to you, like, oh my god, how could this guy have the genius? Well, I'm a daydreamer, and I imagine a lot of characters and stories every day, and I think I should get that out to the world. And maybe one day I will shoot my goal, and I will make it big. But I've got a long way ahead of me, too. Yeah, long way ahead of me. I think I'll start out with writing a short story, hear me out, it's called Tormentor. And it's basically about this guy named Ricky Both. Okay, yeah, I know, it's inspired off of the name of the Hello Neighbor protagonist. So basically, there's this, strange demon called the tormentor, or that gets identified throughout like it'll be identified throughout the series. And this demon, it's like harmed him, it's like hurt him in his life so many times. Like in an elevator incident, it was in there and it like killed his friends, and he barely made it out alive because the authorities opened the doors and the tormentor like vanished into thin air. And it tortures him and attacks him his whole life, always coming back. When he's finally in a good state, it comes there to ruin it. And so he has to fight it and finally gain the courage to stop it. Oh, if that were a game, I think in the final fight, it would be Ricky, he'd have a bunch of traps set up, have a bunch of guns, and it would be a boss battle where he has to shoot it and hit it so many times until it dies. And then he'll finally be free. That's the ending. That's a good that's a good idea, right? Okay, final section. How I am now. I am currently doing just fine. Just fine. I know to some friends I didn't seem fine, but I am fine now that I'm just letting all of this out. And just taking in my good qualities. I'm feeling better. I am feeling better. I'm not sure if a lot of you expected that, but I am feeling better. And with this part, I just want to leave a special thanks to all my Weez friends, my other friends, everyone who was with me on my journey. I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. Well, it's been Darkmania.edits, and I'll see you next time. Bye.